Today, this is Need for Speed Most Wanted, and not the Most Wanted that you probably thought. I baited you, just like EA did back in 2012. I know, you're very confused, and that's okay, because I was too. This is Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 with a car mod. In fact, there's 3 car mods, and I'm going to have to try and find the cars throughout this video, because I have no idea where they are. It's been such a long time since I jumped on this. Actually, that's a lie. I do a lot of multiplayer videos. But this is a Nissan Silvia, and it sounds like a Mercedes. It has Mercedes on the... See, I did disable crash cameras, but I don't think it worked. There's a couple of mods enabled on this. Of course, one of them clearly isn't working, which is supposed to be disabling of the crash cameras, because it's one of the most annoying things about Most Wanted 2012. But let's talk a little bit as to what the heck I'm talking about. Do I really think that this is going to be the remaster for this year? And what am I talking about? Remasters are usually every other year. We had Burnout Paradise as a remaster, we had Hot Pursuit as a remaster, and now this, I think, is going to be the next one. Now, clearly, though, something could be done a little bit differently with this one, in that I have installed car mods. The car mods are possible, and therefore, why couldn't the developers or the porters also do the same? For those of you that missed it, there was actually an update for Hot Pursuit Remastered, which added a livery editor and the like. Could this get similar treatment? Could we get some new car models added to the game? Could we, if not, get some new tuning settings? Because for those of you that remember, there's not really much customization you can do. There's no livery customization that you can really do other than presets. So could they do that? They could, considering they did it in Hot Pursuit Remastered. Can you imagine? They just plop out a Silvia out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, this game is like, actually, you know what? It's a little bit less crap. But first off, you'd be like, Theo, alright, it's not coming this year. Well, I thought about the same. Of course, every 2 years is generally when the remasters seem to be slotting in. But the difference here is that we're not getting a Need for Speed game this year. So maybe they fill the gap with a remaster? It's actually not even Criterion that actually developed the remasters. Of course, they did develop the remaster back in the day, but it's done by another studio that just work on ports and Chameleon games. And the only other Chameleon game that exists after Hot Pursuit is this one. It makes sense. Of course, it is 2021, which is turning out not to be much better than 2020. So why not just flip it around and you've got 2020. I know, that could be the thing. That could be the theme. Of course, it's not 10 years later. 10 years later will be next year. But we're going to have a proper Need for Speed next year. Now, I need to get some mods for this car. I need some nitrous something. So what have I got to get? Finish first in Crashdown. See, one thing I got to appreciate about this game is the fact that you have to drive to events. And I've already explained, the multiplayer is among my favorite in terms of a lot of, in all Need for Speed games. I don't think it's perfect. There's no visual performance mods or anything, but I'm going to miss my turn. Clearly the crash cameras haven't been disabled. That better be something they do. I hate it. When we went back to the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster and the Burnout Paradise Remaster, one thing I absolutely hated was the fact, of course, I'm jumping back into this game after not playing it for such a long time, and the crash cameras drive me insane. Ah! I don't want to see this. Is this event gonna work? Because I have swapped out the car for something that shouldn't be. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I know a lot of people actually enjoyed this game. They're like, oh, don't class it a Need for Speed game, and it's absolutely perfect. I can't not. It's a Need for Speed game. We're actually going to watch this intro because I like these intros. They're kind of fun. They're kind of cool. Kind of a little bit different. They're really long, some of them. I think they spend most development time on these stupid intros instead of having a progression in the game. Now, here's the question, though. If they added visual customization, visual customization to this game, I ain't going to go too far, to some of the cars, and maybe added a couple of new cars, and added a livery editor for all cars, would that actually make you go, actually, this might be fun for a little while? I think it would for me. I don't think I would jump in and say, oh my god, they've completely changed it, because it was meant to have a story, but it got cancelled, and all the developers will never tell us ever about that existing, which is kind of sad, because I think it could have been a decent game, but clearly they just didn't have the time or the resources in general. But I don't know about you. This just feels so slow. The sense of speed in Need for Speed Heat, they've definitely got it mastered. And I'm going to say, like, this game, of course, I'm going to jump to that point again. It already looks great. It doesn't need a remaster on PC. It looks good. I don't think it's as good as the Need for Speeds of today. Hot Pursuit looked better, in my opinion. But, yeah, overall, I'm quite against it. I know a lot of people are going to tell me, well, why don't they remaster Most Wanted at 5? They're using the same engine. They're re-emulating an engine, basically. And the engine runs Burnout Paradise, Hot Pursuit, and this. It just kind of, it makes sense. Of course, if we had free reign on what they should remaster next, I'm going to say Need for Speed The Run, right? That, I think, would be pretty sick. Make it a cheap little game. But ultimately, we all know we want the proper Most Wanted remaster. And I think, here's the problem. If they re-release this a remaster, people are once again, going to be tricked by EA and are going to be so annoyed and disappointed and devastated for the second time around. Of course, we will know. But think about little kids in the shop or just people that didn't even know this game existed. They're going to be re-invited to relive the pain that we all experienced of this game existing. So I'm not too sure on it, to be completely honest. It was just, ooh, my pain. I just lived the pain. Off-road tires? No. That's not. Burn nitrous. There we go. You know what? Jumping between Switch and Xbox controller is so annoying. Because why? And all the buttons change bloody place. Anyway, so if you've never experienced Most Wanted before, Most Wanted 2012, this is it. You go around and find cars and do races and unlock these little tiny upgrades. So, do you know what I'm going to do now? There is another car that I want to find. I can't remember what car it replaces. I think the Ford GT. So, can I just grab a Ford GT? I do feel a little bit bad for baiting some people with the S15 on the front of this video on the thumbnail. But, I mean, come on. Did you click? Yes, you did. So, clearly, it was good. It's a good car, right? I mean, it's not bait, right? Look at it's the Silvia in the game. I didn't even know there were mods. There's like 4 car mods, 3 of which have downloads. I'll link the video down below in the description if you want to check out the mod. Watch now. Experience the worst police in Need for Speed history. Absolutely horrendous. Gone, just like that. I think it's worse than 2015's police, and those were rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Oh, yes. The crash camera. Where's the Ford GT? That's the Nissan GTR. Okay. I think it's nearby. I just want to mark that location. Aha. So, Ford GT, right? Ford GT. Let's drive this car. Team Ford and all that. Oh, hang on a second. What is this royalty-free F4? What the flying hell is this? But for some reason, the Mercedes also actually switches back to a Mercedes unless you're driving it. So the Ford GT has been converted. This is just a little bit silly, really, isn't it? Royalty-free Ferrari. That is disgusting. That is actually disgusting. I want to switch back. This has got some crazy blow-off noises. It's a Ford GT. What the frick, man? Right, where's me next one? There he is. Lancia. Let's jump in. Oh, mate. Oh, you ain't ready for this. Oh, yes. Even better. Even better than the Lancia. I don't think I'm going to use this for more than 2 seconds. But I just wanted to demonstrate to you that there are 3 car mods in the game. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's just so bizarre to me that it's taken this long. Like, it's some one guy has released mods for this game. Why has no one else done it? Those Russians be mad. Clearly. And we're back to Mercedes-Benz SL65. Mate, this ain't no Mercedes-Benz. It's a Silvia. Anyway, there you go. Most Wanted 2012. Is it going to happen? I'm going to say there's a high chance this year we will get this game. Otherwise, do we get 2 Need for Speeds next year? That sounds a little bit mad, really, doesn't it? All right, thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash like, subscribe if you are new, and let me know Are you excited or nervous or everything in between? All right, until next time. Peace.